A very good morning to all of you. So the markets were so volatile on Friday. We had this inflation figure and key IIP data which announced on the last trading day of Friday. So the inflation slightly eased from about 12% to less than 12, like 11.4 was the latest figure. But the disappointing IAP numbers was a concern. Like the IAP growth for the month of September grew at just 1.9%, which is the lowest for last 2.5 years. So this is slightly worrying factor, but the market did not react much to it, but the volatility was visible across the board. The later the Europe market and other global sentiment was a little bit better because the expectation of resignation of this Italian Prime Minister was there, that boosted the confidence in the other markets, and even the Dow futures and the European markets were trading positive in the afternoon session here. So that helped to resist the fall in our markets too on Friday. The US markets had a rally. It rallied up about 2.5% on the last trading day. So following that, the markets are also likely to be a little bit positive today. The Asian markets are trading positive, and even we are also likely to open better by 1 to 1.5%. That's what Singapore Nifty is suggesting. But the overall trend, it is still in the range bound session. Like we are not expecting a directional movement in this week also. So the Nifty or the Sensex, whatever it is not likely to take a major direction in this week also. The range is confined at 5150 to 5350 or 5400 levels, we can say. So it is likely to be remained in this range only. In the bank sector, the bank sector is still under scrutiny. For all the banks, the rising NPAs is a major concern. The public sector bank, especially, their collective NPAs grown by almost 20% this quarter. And the higher interest rate, lower IIP growth, all these are major concerns for the bank sector also. So for the time being, we can stay away from the bank shares. And the currency segment, USD is still positive. We see the resistance at 51 levels, and the commodity gold is still hovering around 1800 levels. But this 1800 is a major resistance for dollar. I mean the gold, and crude is also just trading around $1,115 a barrel. So I feel 115 to 16 can be a major resistance for crude oil also. So the outlook for the market is still range bound. We don't expect a positive breakout or negative breakout in this week for the market. And we have this key monthly inflation figure today, which is to be detailed in the morning. The last month for September it was around 9.72%, and October month it is expected to be slightly below that, maybe 9.4 to 9.5%. So for today's trade, we'll be closely watching that key inflation figure for the month of October. And some of the companies like BHEL and Cipla are announcing their quarterly results. Those companies will be in focus for today's trade. So that's all for the day. Wish you all have a happy trading. Have a nice day.